This video is going to explore the practicalities of sleep for the first 3 months of your baby's life. Most probably, your baby in at least the first few weeks of this period will be happiest if sleeping on you or your partner. If they are in contact with an adult, a baby will feel the warmth, listen to the heartbeat, feel safe and reassured, have the familiar smell of your body, and is most likely to be very relaxed in that state and sleep very well. And if you try and put them down, you may find that they wake up because they can feel that the sensation is different and they want to stay where they were. Most newborns sleep somewhere between 14 and 18 hours within a 24-hour period, but probably will never sleep for longer than a couple of hours at a time. If you're lucky, they might go for a 3-hour stretch. If you're not so lucky, they might wake every hour or so. And this is normal for the first 6 to 8 weeks of their life because they need to feed regularly, whether they're breastfed or bottle fed, through the day and the night. If you're breastfeeding, it's really important to help establish your breast milk supply. But babies have small tummies and need to feed often. It feeds their brain growth as well as their body growth. Also, the thing to be aware of with new babies' sleep cycles is that they are shorter than adult sleep cycles, and they spend more time in a light sleep, the REM sleep, when they're dreaming and more easily woken, and less time in a deep sleep when they're less easily roused. Once they get to about 6 or 8 weeks old, that changes a little bit, and the deep sleep times take longer and the light sleep periods are shorter, so that you might find that they are sleeping a little bit deeper for longer and giving you a bit more sleep as well. So if your baby is getting tired, it's likely to give you several signals that they are ready to be put down, particularly once they are older than about 8 weeks old. An obvious sign is crying, but before that there may have been other signs such as rubbing their eyes, yawning, getting red eyebrows, having a sort of blank look on their face as they try to block out any external stimulus, or they may burrow their heads into your chest if you're holding them and try and block out everything that's going on around them. Newborns often fall asleep while they're feeding because the breast milk has a soporific effect on them, or whilst they're being held or rocked because they feel safe and comfortable there. But from about 8 to 12 weeks onwards, you may find that you're more able to put them down to sleep when you pick up these tired signs. Put them down whilst they're still awake, once you know that they're not hungry and that their nappy is comfortable, and then they will learn with time to settle themselves if they fall asleep awake rather than falling asleep from feeding or being held. So although it may be tricky to begin with, if you can get into the habit from about 12 weeks on or thereabouts of putting them down awake when they're tired, then they might be able to learn to self-soothe.